Scorpio, welcome to your Celtic cross readings. Like always, we're going to build your baseline, then clarify. And as usual, these are general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say, they may or may not resonate. So take what resonates, leave what does not. And if it doesn't resonate at all, perfectly normal. Check other placements, you will find yourself in there somewhere. Once more, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Are you an October Scorpio or a November Scorpio? People say that there's a difference. Perhaps there is. I don't know. It seems to me a Scorpio is a Scorpio is a Scorpio. But people do like their details. Oh, I know. Trust me. I know. What's going on? But regardless, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to us. May you spend it in good company and people who love and care about you and celebrate you the way it should be. All right. Some of that Scorpio collective, I have to tell you, I kind of just let let's stop fighting the Celtic cross readings. It shows me so much agitation. I feel so much agitation around Celtic cross because people just still showed me these overly elaborate love readings. It is like, how much more on this subject can you possibly cover? I want to see other things, but people are like, no, we're still focusing on this. Okay. So you got to stop fighting it. All the earth signs, although I will say Capricorn has showed me recovery and processing, which is great. But if it's still focusing on love, what it is to be human. Just goes to show you at the end of the day, all human beings, we wish to love and to be loved. Crisis situations and obstacles come and go. But at the end of the day, we all just want love. That's what doing this for large collectives has taught me. One-to-one, though, it's a completely different experience. Temperance, 3 of Pentacles, yeah? Around you, hovering, 3 of Swords. Relevant to your past, 10 of Wands, the hardship, exiting, 6 of Swords. Things are shifting as we speak. With the Wheel of Fortune. It's not done spinning. So you're also showing me a fast-forwarded process. You're saying, I've been through it around a particular situation. It's over. I recognize it's over. I understood that it hurt me. Exiting, 6 of Swords, your need to leave this behind has already exited, so that tells me you've already done the thing. And as we speak, the Wheel of Fortune is yet to catch up to you. Wow. Strength is your strength, so that's great. Environment, 2 of Pentacles. We don't do so well with that. We'll see what you're going like this for. We'll see. Hopes and fears, resistance, outcome, the High Priestess. Yes, listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. I can tell that you are concentrated more on the here and now and what you're doing on the here and now. You're not putting so much focus or emphasis on the future. You are a Scorpio that is really trying to keep present orientation. In that respect, I agree with you. Things like the healing that I'm seeing here today, even though it seems like a low-functioning thing, 3 of Pentacles, something that didn't work out in your material world, project work, cooperation, or the lack of cooperation here. Otherwise, you wouldn't tell me you had to part ways with it if it was cooperating, right? If it was cooperating, you wouldn't have done that, right? No, it caused pain. And there's a running background of outstanding frustration surrounding it. Blockage and bullshit. So you've already done the thing. Fast forward a little bit, things are still spinning. And you kind of find yourself up in the air, but you are trying to listen to yourself. Okay. We'll see what all this hoopla was about. So you've done a job already. And I congratulate you for staying in the moment. Because getting back to my point, healing is a day-by-day thing. And the more you understand that, the less emphasis you put on future and what about the future, and which is stay in the present. Work with the energy you have in the present, and the future will unfold itself in time. And the success of how that future unfolds itself depends on what you're able to live here in the moment. Okay, not the past, and not the what if of the future, but right now. Okay, so let's lock you in right now. What's going on? Show me Temperance. Something, 3 of Pentacles was the obstacle. I, in this situation, didn't get along so well, said Scorpio. I'm not laughing at you. I'm kind of laughing at us because I know our energy. Yeah. Christina, I just kind of found myself in a situation where it wasn't good. It's kind of like that. But again, you've already accepted that. You've long since moved on from it. But let's see. Oh, let's try that again, shall we? There we go. Okay, let's see that Temperance. Show that Temperance, please. The Hermit, double healing here. My goodness, yes. Page of Swords, a little bit of insight, Six of Swords. So you're okay. So that's actually not bad. You're reflecting on this less and less. Good. 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 You're reflecting on this less and less. P.S. Somebody watched you go. I'm sorry to see that. But you are already reflecting that it's exiting for you, and that you're moving further away from the concepts of healing towards this. Good. You said you've learned a lot. Good. You are showing me retroactive learning. So it's not fresh, guys. Yay. And I mean that. Too many people show me this happened years ago and it still fucks with me. Hardcore. You're saying this happened already and I've learned a lot from it and I'm moving on. It's obviously not that loud, right? It's not that exaggerated, but you're saying I've learned a lot and you're telling me the Six of Swords, Page of Swords, and the Hermit. You're saying I get a little more comfortable every day leaving the healing of this behind. In other words, the healing of this situation isn't as imperative as it used to be. Again, you've already shown me this is after the fact. Again, you've shown me you've already put a lot of work into this. Unraveling it. I'm not saying you're perfect. What I'm saying is that this took time to unravel. And so it was a structure, everyday process, and you're saying, and I bet you, this is the Scorpio I'm looking at, I bet you have those moments where you're like, wow, I haven't thought about that situation or persons in weeks. And then you catch yourself, right? Oh, God. Yeah, that's the benefit of healing. It doesn't hit you every day. It's not with you every day, and you don't have to reflect on it every day. And somebody who is still knee-deep in the trenches of healing, they're going to think about it every day or feel on it every day and reflect on it every day. You're like, I've been there, Christina. Passed through the town. It was a lovely town. But now it's time to go on to new adventures down the road. So you're like, I'm reflecting on this every day. That's why it's showing me it's exiting. Good job. Three of Pentacles and the Obstacles. Okay, this one, honey, this might actually be a short one for you today. Let's do it. Let's do it. Show me. Let's see that Three of Pentacles and the Obstacles. Again, non-cooperation. What the circumstances were, I do not know. I do know that it came together in some way in the 3D, but it wasn't high levels of performance either. In other words, not a lot was put into it, but enough for it to show me that you had to leave it behind because there was nothing constructive coming out of it. So again, you've been there, you've done that. You know, you went down that boulevard of broken dreams a couple of times, and like, I don't want to hang out on that boulevard anymore. And that's when you have those moments, right? I haven't thought about that in like a whole week. What? Am I moving on? Yeah, you are. Becomes less and less impactful. Okay. Let's see that Three of Pentacles, please. The Nine of Swords, the stress of the thing, Ace of Cups, the Devil. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know, this is harkening back to that Scorpio 1-in-1 that I really enjoyed. It was different. But you showed me the Devil and the Three of Pentacles in that approximation, too. And what you have learned through this, and I just got done giving somebody else a lecture about this. It was one of the earth signs. If you have to ask, then you probably already know. And you show me fussing and stressing and stressing and stressing about your heart space as it connects to someone else, or it did. What does it mean to you in return, if anything at all? You spent many a night on this, processing it, freaking out about it, stressing on it. Does it mean anything? Is this a bad heart job? Right? The Devil, Ace of Cups, you know, Nine of Swords. Ruminating on this, giving it way too much power. Understanding it probably wasn't very good for you. It caused you more sleepless nights than it was probably worth. And for what? Something that wasn't very constructive. You put all that fuss, worry, and distress into your heart space, and that is our master symbol, the Ace of Cups. It was a poor attachment. You know that now. You know that now. I'm not saying you didn't love it. Of course you loved it. The devil was all but screaming at you that you loved it. And that's why you questioned it heavily. If it feels that intense and all I got from this is a Three of Pentacles, it can't be good. It can't be good love. It can't be healthy love. And if it loved me back, it would probably be more like this, and it would probably go beyond a Three of Pentacles, right? And if it was any real healthy love in it at all, I wouldn't have to question it. The energy, time, energy, and effort put into it, it's low functioning. Why are you showing me such heavy stress elements around a friend? Well, because your heart was in it to the point of fear and pain, with the acknowledgement that it won't go beyond this and that it probably shouldn't. If it was healthy, it would have given back to you of its own free will. You know that, right? If it actually cared about you the same way, you probably wouldn't have felt the devil and the Nine of Swords attached to your heart. I love this, but it feels bad. And if there was anything meant to come of it, it wouldn't be like this, or it wouldn't be, you know, just whatever the hell that is. It was a bad job, honey, in the heart space. Your love of it was real. It was a little too real. The stress attached to it was too high of a price to pay for something that was low-functioning friendship, if that. In other words, non-constructive reality. There wasn't enough to justify this, never mind keeping it around. It caused you a lot more pain than it was worth. Okay. But you know this now. You know this now. That's what I'm saying. The opening around this Temperance, you've been in the Hermit, Temperance and Hermit. Those are the double guns, okay, of healing and tarot. You don't get, that's quite a bit. You're saying I've processed all that, Christina. And every day I get a little bit better about leaving it behind, and I think about it less and less. You feel about it less and less. Very good. Very good. Excellent. Excellent. I'm not saying it's complete. You're just more or less reflecting where you came from, and this is how long it has taken you, and also the work that you put into it. All I'm seeing is the reflection of a job well done, but a very painful one. Three of Swords. It hurt. Okay. Show me that Three of Swords, please. So that Three of Swords, I don't think it was obsession in the heart, honey. I think your love for this felt bad. People get confused about that all the time, and and I get the advice. I do. It's really to console somebody, and I understand it. I respect it. I do, but that doesn't mean it's correct. If they really loved you, they wouldn't have hurt you. Here's the thing. That's not true. People who love each other are the ones that are most likely to hurt each other, but nevertheless, it's love. You're saying your love for this situation and a person hurts you. It caused you a lot of stress, and it was for nothing. There's so little was put into it. Three of Pentacles is all I got to show for it. A stressed out heart and a stressed out love to a situation, a person who probably doesn't deserve it. Okay. So, I'm not going to tell you that the love you had for this was wrong. It's just how you felt it made you feel wrong. And the fact that Three of Pentacles is on the side, it was nowhere near the same. Never mind any real constructive effort to justify that level of stress. So no, your love was real. I'm not saying it was bad, but it made you feel bad. Didn't make you feel good in return or otherwise. Okay. So perhaps be glad it wasn't returned, because the love it could have given back to you could have been as equally as not great. You know? Love comes in all shapes and forms, even the kind that hurts. Let's see that Three of Swords, please. Let's see that Three of Swords. Let's see that Three of Swords. The hovering pain, lingering pain, rejection, ow, this hurts, stabs me in the heart, that kind of thing. Show me that Three of Swords, please. The Empress, the Nine of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. If you can believe it, that level of pain puts you into a good place, which you are learning now. Again, the Scorpio I'm talking to, you're not surprised by any of this. You've already processed, like I said, the vast majority of it. And I'm not saying that dismissively. I'm saying fast forward. I want to catch you up to where things are shifting for you, but I got to do the due diligence here. So, Three of Swords clarified by the Empress, Nine of Cups, the Eight of Cups. By you literally emotionally detaching from this, you loved yourself better. Whatever it is you're saying, I loved myself more than this situation, thus I walked from it. The pain's not worth it. Yes, I agree. Especially for some fucking low-functioning Three of Pentacles bullshit. It was barely cooperative, and it wasn't consistent. It was... Again, guys, Three of Pentacles, it's 3D energy. There wasn't enough to justify that level of nonsense. So be glad it didn't invest further. Okay. Into realistic effort. Three of Swords. And this is something you've learned in your healing journey. The Empress is not incidental. Nine of Cups. This is literally self-empowerment and I love me. This is literally what I love me looks like. Nine of Cups and the Empress. Thus, I understand I have to walk away from this because it causes me more harm than good. In other words, not worth it. And when you understand this and you do what you need to do, you don't just remember your value, you embrace it. It's like, this is who I am. And what I am is not worth this bullshit. Okay? That's it? Yeah, I understand. Three of Swords is under that deck too. Got it. Ten of Wands is in the relevant past. It took you breaking your back, though, before you finally allowed yourself to see it. Let's say that Ten of Wands, please. Show me that Ten of Wands. You have to, in situations like this, honey, you have to love yourself more than whatever it is that doesn't love you back. Okay? Let's just get that out of the way. Lest you forget it. I don't think you'll forget it. You're saying that was a lesson hard learned. Thank you very much. Give me my graduate degree on hard lessons, Christina. I do. I give you. You get the ceremony and everything. I got it. But don't ever forget that. Okay. You know, good empowerment, good love empowerment makes us feel like we want to share it with somebody, not that we have to get the energy up to leave it behind. And that's how you know the difference between good love, healthy love, the kind that you keep, and the one that you got to abandon. Okay? If somebody's provoking a Nine of Cups and Empress in you, it's because they're your equal, not you realizing they're your lesser. Okay? Yeah, Six of Cups, that's why you tried, honey. It was a soul bond type situation. You had strength for this as the day is long and you are, I'm not throwing you under the bus. You showed me you've been there, you've done that, you bought it, you got, it's already there. I'm not giving you shit. I'm telling you, I'm just getting through this because I got it. I see how it's mapping. Okay? I see how it's mapping. Ten of Wands, this is why it was so hard. The reason why you stayed in there as long as you did. It was a soul bond type situation. Sweet nostalgia, memories of the past. You knew this person, you knew them for some time. You two likely had a unique connection where you had a particular flow of energy between you two that neither one of you discussed because you didn't need to. You just felt it on an intuitive level. That's where that uniqueness comes in. You can't have that kind of connection with Bob, Jane, or whoever else. It's just that person. You can't replace them. And when you know you have that feeling with somebody, I can't replace you, you are unique to me, it makes it very difficult for us to part ways with those folks. They have that impression as a soulmate because they're meant to teach us something. Otherwise, we wouldn't have paid attention. So if it really was just some low-functioning, crappy friendship, there's no reason you would have shown me that amount of struggle surrounding it. So am I surprised to see a Six of Cups? No. What else will you think would justify the nonsense? It was meant to teach you about to remember to love yourself more than whatever this is. If it makes you feel bad, then it's probably bad. If it makes you feel good, loved, safe, and protected, then it's for you. That's it. And strength? Oh, I know. I'm looking at a strong-willed Scorpio, honey. You little badass. I know that. Four of Pentacles. Boy, howdy. Did you hold on to that with pride, too? And strength? Pride and conviction. I got this. I've done it, too. Hi. My name's Christina. I've done this stupid shit, too. Haven't we all? You know? But it's not stupid. It isn't. At the time, it makes perfect sense. Thus, hindsight is 20/20. At the time, it makes perfect sense. But yeah, I see you busting ass to keep a connection together with insistence and free will of insistence. I got this. I can make it work at all costs. right? We get strength involved. We get our pride involved, right? And, man, you held out. You really held out for this. I don't know how you tried to make it work, but, you know, in that process, I think you started to realize how strongly you were connected to this at the emotional level, right? And it was the kind of strength of love that made you feel bad because something ain't right, and it giving back to you is causing you a phenomenal amount of stress. And if that much pain puts you into a place of empowerment, then it was right for you to part ways with it. The Six of Swords. But the journey to getting to that knowledge of having to part ways with it, that's where the lesson is. Okay, let's see that Six of Swords. Let's see that Six of Swords, please. Show me that Six of Swords. What if a Scorpio went to a recovery meeting, right? Like that. Hi, my name's Christina. I'm a Scorpio. And everybody's like, we know. Oh, you've done that? Yeah, we've done that. Have you? We all have. Okay, end of meeting, right? Because we that's what the process is like for us. Emotional attachment and loyalty to the wrong person, but based on the precedence of a soulmate, this connection's unique and special to me. I will do anything to fight for it, or I can keep, etc., etc. And then you have to accumulate so much pain before you realize this is probably not good, right? Let's see that Six of Swords, please. Let's see that Six of Swords. Let's see that Six of Swords. The Seven of Wands. When you left this, all the blah blah went away. It all went away. When you left this, the day you left it, the fighting stopped. The fighting within you. It's the admission of defeat. Okay. Yeah, some of you have some really prominent fire in your chart. Get the King of Wands, the Five of Wands, the Seven of Wands. When you stop fighting this and resisting it and letting it go, Six of Swords again. You've been there, you've done that, you got it. You've learned your lessons, and you reflect on it less and less every day. I don't want you to forget that. That's the main takeaway as you're opening. You think about this less and less every day because you did your work. Not pushed it off, not denied it, full ownership. When I gave this up, I didn't have to fight anymore. I didn't have to resist anymore. Because the King of Wands, he's all about positive passion and ownership of that positive passion. This is my drive, and I own it. He didn't have to do that anymore. No more passion going in the wrong direction. 5 of Wands, 7 of Wands. That's straight up blockage, frustration, pissed off, angry with yourself, your effort. Again, King of Wands, they're all about that effort. Effort that's real from me. And it all went away. The bad effort, the frustration, anger that you had towards this, when you parted ways with it, Six of Swords, twice, that fight died. I can let this go. Whatever healthy, positive passion I had towards this, I can't recognize it anymore. It's just negative, and I'm fighting for no reason for this. Because it's not fighting back for you. If I saw once that this thing was fighting back for you, I tell you, I don't see a fight back for you. And that's one of the devil things about this, and it's non-cooperative. 3 of Pentacles. That's why it started to feel bad. You know you had your heart in it, and the other side didn't. You know? You're technically, 6 of Cups is like saying I have a teammate. Well, teammate was not aware that they were a teammate. Spiritually, are they? Mm-hmm. Emotionally? Uh-huh. Tell that to someone who don't want to play. Or they're too lazy, or they're underdeveloped, or they don't get it. Point is that you put your heart into it. And you're not showing me anything that said that they gave it back to you in any way, shape, or form. So all that fighting came from you. That insistence to do something with this, stick it out. I can make this connection work at any cost to yourself. I'm seeing that come from you, honey. They did something for you to play around in this as long as you did. I'm not saying them, other than that they are a reflection of the past. All right, let's see that Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, let's see that Wheel of Fortune, please. Things are shifting and turning as we speak. Show me that Wheel of Fortune, please. Show me that Wheel of Fortune. You know? Justice. Six of Pentacles, Eight of Wands. That's interesting. Okay, I'm seeing you communicate pretty intensely a need for balance in your life right now. And that's all you seem to be, again, very present-oriented. So here's the past. This is where I knew more or less it was going to take you. I just wanted to catch you up to the present. Here you are in the present. You are living day to day as it should be. You're keeping your energy right here in the present to the shit that makes sense to you. Six of Pentacles, your day-to-day world of constructive activity. Done. Sense of justice. This is how I honor myself every day. Done. Eight of Wands. I communicate. So I don't just talk it, I back it up. Done. There's where you are. I love it. Very balanced, very cohesive. And spiritually and in your material world, you are on point. You are so on point, it's not even funny. You're like, my material world, check. My sense of spiritual balance and self and selfhood, check. Nothing's out of balance, right? My energy is neither going in excess or is it wanting for anything. I'm right there in that middle road. Don't try to disrupt my scales. I'm right here. You can't phase me. And so you are so focused in present day. And the more you do this, the more you will determine a positive outcome for your future. Right? Not stuck in the past. And in fact, every now and again, when you have that pocket, that moment, oh, I haven't thought about old so-and-so in like a week or a month. That's got to be a record. Yeah, that's proof of healing. That's proof of healing. Isn't it great? Isn't it the best feeling? It's like, how long was I doing that? Oh, God, Jesus. Right? That's what it feels like. And then you're like, back to the present. Okay, focus on what matters. Boom. Love that. That's a great bridge. And things are shifting and spinning. Now, let's see you show me strength for different reasons now. I see how you can use this strength. It's like, oh, no, no, no. No, no, no. I got this. I got it. Four of Pentacles. A little stubborn there. Stubborn, strength, the lion. Some pride on that too. But for the most part, I see you honoring this connection above and beyond what it was giving back to you or how any way it made sense to you on the emotional level. Like, I got it. Right? I know. Try telling Scorpio to part ways with the Ace of Cups. Even if the devil's attached to it, that's your particular devil. Don't give up on that Ace of Cups, Scorpio. Don't. Even if it makes you feel bad. Love should feel bad. You have to work for it. That kind of thing. I don't know if you ever heard that song. God, I'm horrible with titles. If you could only see the way she loves me, then maybe you'd understand why I feel the way I do. Okay. There's a line in there I strongly disagree with. I understand what he said. I get it. But he says distinctly, you got to take a little dirt to keep what you love. Huh. That's not compromise. That's not compromise. And he's not talking about a little, he's talking about a lot. If you listen to the song as a whole comprehensively, that goes way beyond a little. What you did for this and how you felt about it and how much it went way beyond a little. You took more than a little dirt to keep what you love. I don't know what the hell they did to deserve your loyalty, because by all rights it doesn't look like they deserve it. I don't know that they even lifted a finger towards it. But your devil was telling you have to hold on to this at all costs. Couldn't tell you what your break point is, except right about here. When you realized that you loved yourself more than this situation. And that kind of broke that particular devil, I believe. Show me strength, please. Show me strength. Show me strength, show me strength, show me strength, show me strength. Is strength. Oh, I know. Scorpio, I'm looking at you. Got a strong will. You do. You got a strong will. You know? All right, let's see that. Eight of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, that's what I'm saying. Consistency. Thank you. I like this. You're so hardcore living in the present. I am so pleased for you. I'm so proud of you. You stay in this vein. That's exactly what I want you to do. You're telling me that your empire and your work-a-day life is on point. Let's not rock that boat. And you're like, oh my goodness, it's going on a particular trajectory, Christina. It's going to stay that way, thank God. So you're like, I am not to be rushed. I work at my own time and at my own pace. And I meet my requirements, and I go above and beyond, and P.S. I am profitable. Thank you. So you have converted the strength of your will towards this connection, towards everything else that actually matters. And your huge emphasis here is, does it make sense? Is it fair? Am I getting something from it? Yeah. Is it adding to my stability? Productivity, stability. Productivity, stability, fairness. So again, that tells me where you came from. Not fair, not productive, not healthy. And you're all about healthy living, healthy life. Healthy living, healthy life. Good. Stay there. Good. 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 Stay here. I love this. Some of you throw yourself into your work because it feels right. It's adding to that sense of balance. But your huge emphasis is on fair and productive outcome. In other words, everything that you put yourself into, you has to be profitable. Be it work, love, life, goals, etc. If it's not fair and productive, nah. Good. Stay there. I like this. Yeah, you're under that deck. This is where your heart softens. It's in your everyday life. Okay. All right. Two of Pentacles. Your particular environment. Now, I don't like seeing the Two of Pentacles for us because, frankly, we're not good on it, but I've talked about that before. You know? The more we delay and play hot foot like everybody else, the worse our emotional investment tends to be. So let's take a look at that Two of Pentacles, please. Let's see that Two of Pentacles. Let's see that Two of Pentacles. Okay. Ten of Wands. The Queen of Wands, the Knight of Wands. Okay. That's interesting. There's that Ten of Wands again. How interesting. How interesting. You took it a different direction. I wasn't expecting that. You're like, this is amazing. You're like, energy's like, now that I'm not giving to this shit anymore. I needed that. Thank you. You made my fucking day. Thank you. I needed this. I love that. It's so us. That is so us. That is such a us response. It's like, I'm not giving you that shit anymore. Look at my energy just free up. Oh my God. I just feel 1,000 times better. So you're like, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Your environment, as you continue to maintain a particular pace and that it feels absolutely 100% correct to you, that sense of hardship that you experienced in the relevant past lightens up considerably. And it's like, now that I'm not giving to this anymore, I'm not emotionally drained. Remember, do you remember my commentary back here? King, Queen of Wands, they like to have their passion used for a positive purpose. The day you left this, you stopped fighting with yourself or with this situation. Your energy was no longer going out into a negative place, even though it came from a positive orientation. In other words, you meant this well, but all you were met with was frustration and denial and rejection constantly. And now you're like, that's not there anymore, Christina. I'm opening up. I'm blossoming like a beautiful flower. Yes, you are. Thank you. So your energy is recovered considerably, going from negative bullshit, from tossing around that Two of Pentacles to getting a lot more decided about direction. Excellent. Also, your curiosity is picking up. Also, your sense of interest, possibly passion in the general sense of connectivity, okay? In the more intimate way might be picking up right now, but also your sense of creativity is in there as well, okay? So, in other words, you're feeling a lot better. Okay, good. Now that the wishy-washiness is gone, it freed you up remarkably, as these things do. When you stop giving your time, energy, and effort to a situation or person that doesn't deserve it, warrant it, or has no fucking clue what's going on, the confusion stops, the idiocy stops, and then you can become incredibly focused because now your energy is going into the directions that actually make sense. So, you dropped one of that. Your environment's looking incredibly stable, and your energy's rising in a really positive way. Okay? Yeah, it's great. It's great. Don't give to those situations that are confusing, and don't give to those situations that feel like you're on quicksand. You know, you never really know where you stand. That kind of thing. all it does is drain you. It drains you because you put in a phenomenal amount of energy to feel like you're not sinking when you're indeed sinking. It takes 3 times as much effort, okay, as opposed to actually making decisions and navigating on solid land. People who go into quicksand, they spend 3 or 4 times as much energy to try to stabilize it, and you can't stabilize quicksand. So don't live in it. That's why I say don't do it with the Two of Pentacles, honey, because there's nothing there to be emotionally loyal to. When you're going like this, that means there's nothing for you, Scorpio, to latch onto from the heart. So in that effort to stabilize an impossible situation, all you do is give your love away. That's why, did I ever really explain that with the Two of Pentacles? That's why we're not good with it. We are emotional anchors, okay? We don't do good with this. We have nowhere to stand. So, now that you're much more solid ground, you are doing phenomenal. The underlying's on point too. It keeps catching my eye. Hopes and fears, exhaustion, 9 of Wands. What about it? Show me that 9 of Wands, please. I love how you're communicating. I'm doing fabulous, thank you. Yeah, you are. But what I really like, though, is that you are not reflecting on the past, okay? You're not living for the past, and you're not living for the what if of the future. You are making the best of your world, and you're slaying it every day. The best of you goes into your world every day, where it should be. Not into a hypothetical past, and not into a hypothetical future. So, let's see that 9 of Wands, hopes and fears. Show me that 9 of Wands, please. Show me that 9 of Wands. Show me that 9 of Wands. Well, thank you. This is a nice little pick-me-up. I appreciate that. Queen of Swords, the Hanged Man, the Ten of Cups. Okay. 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 Cool. Queen of Swords, the Hanged Man, the Ten of Cups. Yeah. You know? So you're not giving too much of yourself into this. The idea is if I have to question it too hard, then it's probably not very good for me, right? Something's either adding to my happiness and it's very obvious straight away, or it's not. So you want those recognition capabilities for any future endeavors that require emotional investment. It's nothing too intense right there with the hopes and fears. You're kind of afraid that you'll have to fend things off in future that don't make sense, and you don't want to get caught up in that position where you're just giving your energy away, or that it goes negative. And you're like Queen of Swords, the Hanged Man, with a little bit of pausing and a little bit of reflection. I'll be able to see something sooner rather than later as being equal. Again, you're showing me this. And Ten of Cups is emotional equilibrium and harmony amongst your immediate circle and for which you find yourself in. Okay. And you're like, you know what? Scorpio, again, looking at you, you've already kind of concluded some very critical thoughts. I don't need to be afraid of that kind of stuff in future. Not really. If I think about it, if I just take some time to look at a situation with some decent perspective, something either makes sense emotionally or it doesn't. Correct. So I can tell then, that tells me the 9 of Wands used to represent fear that you would always be in a position of defense or waiting, things always adding up the same way. And you're like, no, it doesn't have to be like that. I've already thought about it. You mean you thought about it now based off what this was, right? You'll be fine. You got a plan. That's all you're showing me. That's all you're showing me, is that you got a plan. I'm like, no. With a little bit of pausing, the Hanged Man, a little bit of reflection. Something either is this or it's not that. I shouldn't have to fend anything off. I agree. You know? You're like, I don't want to do the same thing over and over again, right? What's the definition of insanity, guys? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Like, I don't want to do that again. There's no need to fear it if I choose not to do it. Very good. Very good. I agree with you. 9 of Wands is 9 of Wands when people fail to have insight about what they're doing and why they're doing it. That's why they get exhausted. I keep doing this and it doesn't get better and I'm so tired and I don't understand why. Because you ain't changed your game, babe. You ain't changed your mind. You haven't changed your heart. You have refused to change. Therefore, you get caught up in the same shit over and over again. And you're like, a little bit of pause, a little bit of reflection, and I won't do what I've done. Thank you. Good God. Good job. All right, let's see that High Priestess. I'm not saying you're perfect, honey. I'm saying you earned and worked to where you are. Okay? All right. And then also I see you telling yourself, focus on what matters. Yeah, there you go. You're So in the day today, it's wonderful. Show me that High Priestess, please. Show me that High Priestess. Show me that High Priestess. That's full-on recovery, honey. I'm very proud of you. 3 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, the Fool. You knew. You knew. You felt it. You felt it a long time ago. And your intuition's, I don't know why your intuition's telling you that, except perhaps you're just now in a place where you can listen to it. I kind of agree. Your intuition is saying you knew it was always going to break. You knew that you, Scorpio, would have to abandon it. Whatever this is, I don't see enough of this person's energy to understand why the hell they affected you at all. I know they participated enough to get you involved or to keep you staying involved in it, but again, that was a choice. You see that. But intuitively, part of you knew it would be you that had to break from that 3 of Pentacles, the same one that you opened up with, where you put too much of yourself into it and your love for it turned into a bad thing because it made you feel bad. Not because it was, but because it made you feel bad. Okay? You always knew. Intuitively, you knew. You're saying it was, I always knew it was going to be my responsibility, and it was. You knew. You showed me. You moved on from it. 6 of Swords, 6 of Swords. You don't think about it anymore, not really. You learned a lot from it, you said. But here's what's interesting. Your intuition says you always knew you'd have to break from it, that it would have to be you. That tells me you understood that whoever this friend is, you said you knew they weren't going to do it. It would have to be you. In that respect, I'm sorry, but I'm also not sorry. It showed you could break away from this. You're the one who had the strongest attachment. They didn't. The Devil was next to your heart space, honey. Of course you had the strongest attachment. Again, not because it was bad love, but because it took you to a bad place. Okay? So yeah, you're right, intuitively. Not because they wouldn't do it. You knew you would have to because it would be your responsibility. It was going to be the hardest thing for you to do. So it tells me they weren't nearly as emotionally invested as you were. Not at all. It was going to be your thing. It was going to have to be your thing. And the Fool, you're actually incredibly glad you freed yourself from this. Whatever it is. Your outcome is that you're free. You feel incredibly free. I was a little worried about some of these elements I was seeing, but you're saying these are recovery elements, things you've been through before, and now you know better. Heavy reflection from a well-done, well-developed Scorpio. Excellent. Very good. I'm using that term more and more, by the way. To me, it always made sense, developed and underdeveloped. But I find that since I started using that language more, instead of taking it for granted that the audience knew, now that I'm saying it more and more, people are understanding what I mean about you've learned this or you haven't learned this. So that's why I've been using those words more. Because I always kind of just took it for granted. But I'm like, you know what? If I started saying developed and underdeveloped more to the collectives, they might have a stronger idea about do's and don'ts and how to get to where they need to be and learn faster, that kind of thing. So you feel so incredibly free having let this go. But a part of you knew it was going to have to be you to break from it. I could see why it was going to be your biggest challenge. 100%. It was your biggest attachment, not theirs. I don't even know what their attachment was. I don't know that there was a point, really, about a them or they. It's what you had to do for some of you. Spring. I keep saying the underlying for you. You're off for new adventures, honey, and you feel it too, don't you? You're off for new adventures. And you have a very simple formula, very simple plan. Stick to the moment, stick to the present. This is what deserves my immediate upfront energy and effort. And oh my God, don't I feel freer, right? Your energy's picking up. You're looking great. You're feeling great. And you have a very simple method. I won't get caught up into what I've done before. I've already pulled myself aside and had that talk. Objectively speaking, something either emotionally makes sense or it doesn't. It either fits into the greater scheme of things or I'm just keeping it around. Or they're just keeping me around or we're both doing it. It either fits that crosshair or it don't, and you're like, there's no reason to break a sweat. Not anymore. You got it. You got it. You got it. You look like 1,000 times freer, honey. Go on. Your intuition's telling you to open up, be free. You feel it too. Go on then. Within 3 months and within a month for some of you, I was thinking about that freedom energy, and some of you are just in that place now where you're just like, I'm just doing it now. So anything within now to a couple months from now, you're going to start feeling that energy of blasting open more and more into different areas of your life. And you have very simple criteria. It either fits into an emotional scheme and it makes sense and I can objectively see it, or it don't. There's no need to get caught up in repetition of patterns. This was a unique case to you, it seems like. And you're like, I'm not going to do that shit again. Yeah. No. This is great. Very good. Very good. And within a week, I don't want to keep going. It's all within days to weeks to months. You're just going to continue to feel it over the fall and winter months. This is what I'm opening up to. And oh my God, don't you have so much more energy and freedom now? Okay, mental and emotional freedom. The real world, there wasn't much here to anchor you to this. But you had a lot anchored to it in terms of mental and emotional energy. Sometimes, guys, a Six of Cups is just a Six of Cups. Nostalgia of the past is not worth... well, I mean, it's just not worth sacrificing your future, is it? Nah. It is sweetness. But sweetness is no guarantee of the future, especially when it causes you this much conflict and pain. To hold out love for it, it's just not worth it. Okay. Congratulations. Great job. You guys, I hope this helped. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.